Good morning, guys. It's Wednesday, June 3rd, 2020. We are in Unity, New Hampshire at the camp. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. It is a little bit overcast, but it's supposed to turn into a nice day. Today is day one of a 5-day motorcycle slash fishing trip. Rusty and I are heading out of Unity, New Hampshire this morning, and first day of travel, we're going to go up through New Hampshire, up through the White Mountains, and spend tonight up in Errol, which is right up on the border of Maine. We're just at the point where state parks and campgrounds and hotels are starting to reopen, so hopefully we'll be able to get a campsite. We're going to find out. We'll try that out later on. And then tomorrow from there, we'll get up and we'll go to Danforth, Maine, which is pretty far north Maine on the border of Canada. We're going to a fishing camp there. We're meeting a couple of other friends of ours. We're going to do some smallmouth fishing for a couple of days. That is beautiful, wild, out there kind of country. So we're really looking forward to the ride up, and we're really looking forward to the fishing. So we are all packed up here. Pretty good to go. Bike is ready for yet one more trip. We're going to take a walk over and see if Rusty is up and if he's packed, and head down to town, get a coffee, and then head out for a fun day of riding from there. Let's have a good day. Let's have a safe day. Rusty's camp is just down through the woods from mine, a short walk through the trees. We'll let's see where he is in the packing out process this morning. Good morning, Rusty.
Well, I heard you talking over there.
It's not raining.
It's not raining. It's a good thing.
It's always nice to wake up to the sound of not rain.
I know.
Looks like Rusty's ready to go. That's always good. It's cool this morning. Right now it's like, I don't know, 55 degrees. Of course, I got base layers on, and it'll probably end up getting warmer this afternoon. So it'll be the old stop somewhere and take all my clothes off to get these off. But we'll find out. I don't like being cold, so I'd rather start out with everything on and then peel down as the day goes on. Let's go. rode about 200 miles today, and we made it here to Rangeley, Maine. We originally planned on camping in Errol, New Hampshire before you get over the line, but New Hampshire seems to be still more on a state of lockdown. You couldn't stay in the state campgrounds or the private campgrounds unless you were a New Hampshire resident. So we decided to come over the line into Maine, and then it started raining, and it rained pretty hard all afternoon, and we're supposed to get some more rain tonight. But right now, there's a break in the weather, and we managed to find these fishing camps on Rangeley Lake, of which they were more than happy to rent us a cabin for the night. So that's what we did. It's a nice spot, right on the water. Wasn't too awful expensive, and it'll be nice to be inside if it's raining all night. Tomorrow's supposed to be gorgeous, so tomorrow will be some good riding, making our way to the fishing camps where we're staying up on the Canadian border. As we were coming through the rain and coming down across Route 16 from New Hampshire into Maine, we saw 5 different moose on the side of the road, and some of the males were huge. I've seen moose before. I've never seen any this big. They were around us. Rusty was behind me, so when I saw him, I would point him out, and he tried to get him on his camera. He said he caught at least a few of them, but it was raining pretty hard, and his lens might have been covered with water. Good morning. It's day 2 of this motorcycle fishing adventure. We're on Route 16 making our way east across Maine. This is like the moosiest road in the world. And those moose are kind of a grayish brown color. They often have a lot of mud on them, and they blend right in with the trees on the side of the road. And lots of times you don't see them until you're right on top of them. And it can be a little frightening. And of course, if you're trying to get them on camera, it's hard, because the minute they see you, they sprint off into the woods. We're on this beautiful river. The sun has been in and out of the clouds all morning, but it's getting brighter. It's supposed to get sunnier as we head east. So we're going to keep doing that. What a beautiful spot. What a beautiful spot. A lot of nice moving water. So we made it to Rideouts Camp in Maine. This is our camp for the night, and this is the fishing camp. You can see where Rusty parked, and you can see where I parked. Fairly early in the season, the salmon fishermen have come and gone, and now for the next several weeks it's smallmouth bass fishermen. We have 4 guys here. We have 2 boats, and we'll be heading out here tomorrow. I'm very fortunate to have a group of friends. There's like 6 or 8 of us, and we go fishing somewhere different every year. This year, because of the situation that's going on in the country and the world, like half the guys bowed out. They didn't want to come up. But there's 4 of us, so that makes for a good time. And it's beautiful here. I feel bad for anybody that's not here. So how this deal works, if you've never been to a fishing camp before, or you've never been to one in Maine, is you rent your lodging, your cabin. You can rent a boat, which we've done. And if you want to get like on the meal plan, a lot of places will make you breakfast and lunch and dinner. We usually don't do that because, you know, we don't know what time we're going to head out in the morning. We don't know what time we're going to be home at night. When we were young, we would be out on the water before the sun came up and wouldn't come back home until dark. Now that we're old, we're out there at like the crack of 10, and we're usually home with a beer by 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But it's not so much about the fishing as it is about having a good time. So it's Sunday morning. We woke up this morning. It's raining out. It's not too cold though. It's like in the 60s. We're going to head out. We're going to pile 3 guys into a boat today. A little tighter, but it's the way we ended up. And it'll be fun. We'll have a lot of laughs with 3 of us in a boat. And sometimes the change in the weather is good for the fish. Makes them a little more active, a little happier to bite. How come Rusty and I are all ready and you're not?
I'm ready.
Okay.
We're waiting on Russ.
This boat is going to be packed. Packed to the gills, as we say in the fishing biz. It's going to be good. Sunday morning. We're just getting ready to head up out of this camp. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. It's about 52 degrees, I would say. Kind of overcast. A little bit wet, but I think that I think this will burn off as the day goes on. Hopefully, we got a long trek across Maine today. We haven't got the map out yet and looked at it to see which way we're going to go, but maybe we can get Rusty to pick the route. And by the way, Rusty was the tournament winner with a bass of 2 pounds, 8 ounces, which isn't really that big, but it was the biggest one any of us caught this weekend. But we caught a lot of fish, had a lot of fun, drank a lot of beer, and that was all good. So we'll head out this morning across the great state of Maine, and we'll have a good day and a safe day of motorcycle riding.